Hey guys, it's Kelly from FitnessWinner.com, and today I have a total body strength training workout for you. We're going to be working all of our muscle groups at the same time. This is a very dynamic routine. It's going to be a lot of fun. All you're going to need is a set of dumbbells. I haven't included a warm-up or a cool-down, so you're going to want to make sure that you do both of those on your own, and I'll share links here so that you can find both of those. Otherwise, grab your dumbbells and let's go ahead and get started. We are going to be doing 8 repetitions of groups of 2 different strength exercises that engage both the upper and lower body, and we're going to do 2 rounds of each, so A, B, A, B. Our first exercise is a clean and press, so I'm going to be using 16 pounds for this. Use a weight that challenges you, so by those last few reps you should be really struggling, where we're going to be alternating on sides and we're going to set it down in between on each rep. So we're going to be doing 8 repetitions on each side. So here we go. So we're going to bend down, keep your back nice and flat, grab the weight, pop it up to your shoulder, pop it up over your head. Now come back down, now set it on the ground, come back up, and now we're going to do that on the other side. So pop it up to your shoulder, up over your head, back down. There's 1 on each side. So you're really not doing much with your upper body in this exercise. It's all coming from your lower body. So you're using the force from coming up from that squat to hoist it up over your shoulder. These are really kind of fun once you get the hang of it. There's 3 on this side. Make sure you're breathing. Don't hold your breath. Helps to exhale at the hardest parts, so while you're really exerting yourself, breathe out. It's a good way to remember not to hold your breath. That's halfway. So move at your own pace. Don't feel like you have to keep up with me or do the exact same number of repetitions. If you start to get tired, you can take a break. Just try to get back into it as soon as you can. 2 more on each side. One more on each side. There's our last one. All right, that's it. Okay, next up we're doing a plank up. A plank push-up plus a cross row plus a tricep extension. So it's actually a lot less complicated than it sounds. So I'm going to grab my weights. I'm going to use 8 pounds per hand for this one. So do the hardest form of push-up that you like. I'm going to stay on my knees for this one this time, but otherwise you're holding a plank. So you're going to do a push-up, then come back up, do a close row, and then extend. So you should feel that right in your triceps. Come right back down. Do another push-up. There's 2. Keep it nice and close. Keep your elbow close to your sides. And straighten that arm out. All right, that's halfway already. Try not to use any momentum. You want it to be 100% all you. No cheating. All right, 1 more on each side. Last one. All right, it's gonna burn us out quick. All right, we are back to that clean and press. So again, we're doing 8 repetitions on each side. We go for 16 again. Actually, you just need 1 dumbbell. So you start out on the floor. Take a quick break if you need to. Take a deep breath. Just keep moving, an active rest, so you can go as hard as you can during the actual exercise. So plant your feet. I'll do it from the side this time. Plant your feet. You're going to sink down, keep your back flat. Pop it up to your shoulder, and up over your head. So there's tons of hidden squats in this routine, in case you haven't noticed already. That's 3. There's 4. After this one, we'll be halfway through. So you're really using your lower body to cheat for your upper body here. All right, 2 more on each side. So if you feel your form start to suffer, stop. You can always grab a lighter weight. You can even do it without any weight at all. Or just take a quick break before you get right back into it. All right, 1 more on each side. Last one right here. All right. And that's it. All right, so back to that plank combination. 9, 4, 8 per hand again. Again, take a quick break. Shake out your legs if you want. You should be lifting heavy enough that you are breathing like I am. So if you're not, if you're kind of like, I don't get it, why is she tired? This isn't working for me. You have to pinpoint it. So either you need to lift more heavily or check your form, but you need to, especially with home workouts, push yourself because nobody else is going to do it for you. So if you aren't hurting or struggling at least a little bit, then just, survey the situation. So in your push-up position, so you can go here or here. But you're going to sink down, push back up, come up for that close row, and then extend. And all of that is 1 repetition. Down. So try to pull in your core while you're doing this. Even just the practice of trying to is good. Helps keep your form tight. And eventually it'll help you train your abs to stay that way all the time. All right, 2 more on each side. Actually, I think I counted one for these. Well, we'll do it anyway. I'm already sweating like crazy. And that's the last one. All right, so pop back up. So next up, we are doing a goblet squat curl. So this is kind of fun. I'm going to be using 16 pounds for this. Again, whatever you're using is specific to your strength. So listen to your body in terms of what to lift. So take a quick breather. Just enough rest that you're breathing almost normally. And just before you get comfortable, you start in again. So holding your weight nice and close up here. Your elbows tucked into your sides. You're going to squat down, but while we're here, extend your arms, then push back up, and then we're curling. So it's a goblet squat with a hidden curl. So there's 2. Plus you get to stay in that squat position longer, and who doesn't love that? That's halfway already. So make sure you are in control of your body the whole time. There's no flailing and no swinging for this. All right, 2 more. Squeeze through those glutes, press up through your heels. And that's the last one of those. All right, now I'm going to drop my weight a little bit. I'm going to be using 12 pounds per hand this time, and we're doing a reverse lunge plus a knee as you come up and an overhead press. So again, it's a lot more wordy than it is complicated, but it's good for your balance and your coordination and your brain because you can't tune out while you're working out, which is a good thing. So we're going to start on whichever leg you want to. Going back for that reverse lunge, sink down between those 2 feet, come up, and at the same time you bring your knee up, do an overhead press. So now we're going to switch on the opposite side, down, come up, above your head. So if you have lousy balance, you can cut the knee out if you like to, but give it a shot, see what you can do. There's 4. So ideally, you don't even touch down, you just go straight up into that knee. But like I said, if your balance is suffering, stay here, gather yourself, and then press up. Whew. There's 10. 5 on each leg, that is. Two more on each side. One more on each side. Here's our last one. All right. Drop your weights. I'm going to go for that goblet squat again. So, this is brutal. I'm sweating like mad. I love that, though, actually. The strength routines that make you feel that way. So, remember, we're holding our weights right here. So squeeze your glutes, keep your arms in close, the weight right about under your chin. And then engaging at the hips, not at the knees. You're going to go back into that squat. And extend your arms, push up through your heels. Then do your curl. That's 1 rep. Halfway already. Just 2 more. The last one. All right. So back to that reverse lunge with the overhead press. So I could feel my form starting to suffer last time, so I'm going to go for a little bit lighter weight this time. It's better to do it right with less weight than wrong with a higher amount of weight. Plus, you can always hurt yourself really easily. So take a deep breath. All right, here we go. Starting in on those lunges. So going back, come down, come right back up. Overhead press. Switch sides. Like I said, you don't have to go at the same pace as me. Just use me as a guide if you like. And get it done at your own pace. That's halfway. Oh, those muscles are burning. That's good. 2 more on each side. We're almost there. We'll take a quick water break. Last one on each side. All right. Okay, so you can hit pause if you want a longer break, but otherwise, we'll be right back in just a second. Don't go too far and don't stop moving. All right, we're going to jump right into the second half of this routine. We're going to do curtsy lunges with the lateral raise. So I'm going to be using 8 pounds per hand for this one. Definitely a weaker range of motion, generally speaking, but as always, pick a weight that challenges you specifically. So we're going to be standing here, and we're going to step into kind of a reverse lunge, except for you're planting your foot back and to the side, kind of behind yourself, and as you're sinking down, do that lateral raise. So then come back up. Now sink on the other side. All the regular rules of a lunge, you're dropping down between the 2 feet, keeping your torso relatively upright. This will be number 3. We're doing 8 repetitions. That's halfway. So remember, this is another one. It's easy to want to swing those weights up there, kind of cheat, but try to be the one in control of the weight the whole time. Two more on each side. One more on each side. Definitely gonna have to drop my weights next time, I think. And the last one. All right, let those relax. We're moving on to a deadlift. This is one of my favorites. So I'm going to use 24 per hand. All right, so you're going to have your feet roughly shoulder width apart. Slight bend in your knees. And keeping a flat back. You're going to go down as low as you can, keeping your weights close to your thighs and shins, and then squeeze to bring yourself back up. So lower down and squeeze through the glutes. You should really feel this in your glutes, as well as your lower back. Inhale on the way down. Exhale as you push back up. It's halfway already. Just 2 more. Last one. All right, so back to that curtsy lunge. So I'm going to drop down to just 4 pounds per hand this time. And, okay, here we go. So stepping back and behind, sink down with that lunge, bring those arms up. There's 1 repetition on one side. There's 1 rep. This is halfway. So curtsy lunges have a girly name, but they can burn like crazy. They're awesome. They target the glutes from all different kinds of angles, different than a regular squat or lunge does. I'm pretty sure we have 1 more on each side, so we're just going to do an extra round for good measure, right? Here's our last one on each side. All right, there we go. So back to those deadlifts. Take a quick break or a breather if you need to. One more big breath. All right, here we go, 8 repetitions. So down, squeeze through the glutes. Remember to keep a slight bend in your knees. Pull in your core. Don't let your shoulders round. There's halfway. My muscles are starting to shake. All right, 2 more. Last one. All right, go ahead and drop your weights. Okay, so this time we're going to be doing a ski squat, so a narrow stance squat plus a ventral raise. So I'm going to start out with 8 pounds per hand, and we'll probably have to drop weight for the second round, but we'll see what we can do. So keep your feet nice and close together, and you're going to be dropping into a squat. So all the same rules, weight in your heels, start with the hips, stick your butt out behind you, drop down, press back up through those heels, and then once you're here, you're going to come straight out in front of you, and there's 1 repetition. So make sure when you're doing that ventral raise that you are not leaning way back or using it to cheat. So you want to try to maintain a similar posture and then use it to make sure you're actually using your muscles to get the weight up there. That's 5. So only go as low as you can go for the squat. Never feel like, I know there are all these pictures out there about how squatting is useless if you're not doing it low and all this, but the fact of the matter is if you're squatting lower than you should, lower than you have the strength for, or lower than you have the flexibility for, you're going to hurt yourself, and it's just going to end up being a huge sidelining event instead of anything that gets you to your goals faster. Alright, so that was at least 8 repetitions. So now we're going to move on to the next one. So this next one will be on the ground. This is going to be a pullover press plus a bridge. So I'm going to use 16 pounds for this. So we're going to drop down. So again, we're using all kinds of different muscles with this, upper and lower. So put your feet flat on the ground. We're going to press up into a bridge. Now get the weight over your head, and we're going to take it, lower the weight down so you don't quite touch the ground. Come right over your chest, and then drop for a narrow press. There's 1 repetition. Try to keep your hips up there. As you get tired, they're going to start to sag. Your body always tries to slack off, so you have to pay attention. Try to keep it in line. There's halfway. One more. All right. We're going back. We have 1 more round of that, and we're done with this entire routine. So grab the weights for your ski squat and your ventral raises. Let's stick with 8 pounds after all. Okay, so feet close together. We're going to be sinking down in that squat. Sit up nice and tall. So go down, come back up, lift the weights out in front of yourself. There's 3. Halfway. Three more. Okay, last one. All right, that's it. So we have just one more pullover press. So like I said, I have 16 pounds for this. Just one dumbbell. So lay flat on your back. All right, so take a deep breath if you need it. Now press up. Get that weight up above your chest. Right now we're going down over your head, nice and slow. Come back up at the same rate. Stop right over your chest. Drop for that narrow press. Remember to check your hips. Make sure you're pushing through those heels. You should be feeling your glutes and your thighs should all be burning right now along with your upper body. All right, 2 more. Okay, here's our last one. All right, there's our last repetition. So go ahead and relax. Okay, so this is the part where you get to decide if you're going to do a cool down or if you're going to move on to a HIIT workout. Either way, make sure that you're drinking fluids while you're working out. Save the heavy drinking until you're done because you don't want a stomach ache while you're working out. Make sure you don't get too dehydrated though. Otherwise, if this is your last routine for the day, do not forget to stretch or your muscles will be talking to you even more tomorrow, all right? And if you're sore tomorrow, come back and tell me. Otherwise, thanks for working out with me and good job, guys. This workout is complete.